Good morning. And here we are at our wonderful Redstone factory facilities, working on a concept which somebody brought to my attention. If you watch HermitCraft at all, you'll know that episode 57 from season 7, they made a Halloween trick or treat system. Friend of mine from the server I play on, Dimitri, he came to me and he said, "I got an idea for a fun event which people can partake in, and I'd like your assistance." And of course, I said, "Oh yeah!" No, actually, I went, "Oh God, no!" But, but I, being a friend, said, sure, we could do this. And he showed me, because I don't watch HermitCraft. I think they're great people. I think they're great um, idea people. Um, I think you could get a lot of knowledge off of what they do for Minecraft. You can get a lot of ideas. I'm not a big fan of copying things block for block. Some redstone you have to, and I get that. But if you're doing a build, take the idea. I like that idea. I like that, it's kind of like I like that sculpture. And reusing a sculpture in a build is different than I'm going to copy this build block for block. But that's me. That's me. Some people think they can't build whatsoever, so they copy stuff, and that's fine too for them, if that's what they want to do. If they want a specific look, a specific theme, copy a block for fine. Anyways, getting on. So uh I was going over the episode, watched it several times, looked at the redstone. Dimitri downloaded the world and showed me parts of it, and then, of course, after I started working on the system, I got something working, but I I didn't understand how it was supposed to work. It was one of those, I know what it's supposed to do, but it wasn't doing it, and I kept looking at certain circuits, and finally I broke down. I downloaded the world. I took a look at it, and it was very breakable. I like I said, I only watched that one episode with I want to get their names right. So um, it was Tango Tech and Impulse SV. Um, so I was watching them run through, it's content. It's for they needed content. It looks like. I was looking at this redstone, and it is quite a bit of redstone. Not nearly what I have. But I understand what they were going for. Um, it was a cute little video. It's fun to watch people die in Minecraft, especially. Oh, we gotta beat the time. We're gonna beat it. We're gonna make it. Oh no, we're not. Ah, boom. Everybody laughs, and it was a good time. They had a lot of fun, and that's the important thing on any of the stuff that you're doing. If you're not having fun doing it, step away for a bit. This stuff can add up over time. I've seen, I've had mental breakdowns. I've seen people have mental breakdowns just because they couldn't get it, and had they just walked away and then taken a deep breath, come back, it would have been fine. But it tends to compound over time. Um. Anyways, back to this. Uh. So so I was looking at it, and some things just it didn't it some things in the system didn't add up, and I tried and I tried, and eventually I came down with a system that basically it does works, as far as I know, 100% of the time it works. But on their system, you had to have two of the same thing inside for the system and the checker to activate. And I made a little system in mine where it took the item, because this is where the item, so it took the item that it was showing you, so this item here, and you had to match it with, so you built it, so in here would be a shulker, or basically a shulker box, and it would contain the contents to craft this item. So then you would take the item you crafted and you would put it in here, and you'd wait, and of course the lava wouldn't stop flowing. And then as you got to looking at it, the hopper that was collecting the stuff had 18 in it, so it needed this extra item. So if you took the item out of there and you put it in here along with your first item, it would shut off the lava. Sometimes it would shut off the lava. I found that there were times where, like, the previous explosion would break some of the redstone going to the on-off for the lava. But all in all, I wanted a system that pretty much worked 100% of the time. I didn't want to kill somebody. I understand it's a trick instead of a treat, but I wanted something that would actually work for Dimitri. So I took a day off, said I wasn't going to mess with any Minecraft stuff, take my birthday off, have a good time, have some fun. But I noticed when I woke up in the morning, I kept thinking about, oh yeah, I'm not going to do the server thing today. I'm going to go do other stuff, and as I was, as I'd be cleaning or doing the laundry, it's like, or watching a show, I could do this, I could do it this way, I could set it up this. So about I'd say 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I just broke down. I went to the computer, I opened up this world, and I started building. And I came up with some stuff. So it's a little bit larger than what you would have seen in the episode. It's a little bit larger than what I've already built to get the system to work. It's a little bit bigger, but as far as I know, it works 100% of the time. Still has a lot of testing to do, but basically, or in essence, what it does is we're going to go ahead and break that guy, collect him, and then we will put you back. I'm going to grab the gray because, no, I already had the gray, but the gray actually has stuff loaded in it. It has some white wool loaded in it, so we'll go ahead and place that down, which then tells that last one, oh hey, that's the signal. So we need to drop stuff in to these, and you saw that going. So we're going to drop stuff into these hopper lines, and we're going to go up to these chests. We're going to, have stuff in these chests, and I've ran it a couple of times. But so what's going to happen is the system has reset, and this person's clicking on this button, and they're either going to get a trick or a treat, randomly, not like on the video that is, it's it's witch, and then so it's treat, then it's trick, then it's treat and trick and treat and trick and treat and trick. So it just follows that pattern. This one will be random. And then, so you're going to fall down, And of course you take some damage because it's kind of a long fall. That starts a timer, and you need to take this contents. So you're going to take this out, you're going to put it on the ground, you're going to open it up. It's going to have whatever you need to craft the item that's over here in this. So you need to craft that. So we're going to go ahead and just grab our white wool. We're going to put it in here, and then eventually what will happen is this will open up because we've put the correct item in. And then the person has a chance to get out before the TNT, because the TNT will dispense out regardless. So if they solve it and they're, nick of time, they're all they're doing is waiting for that lava to go, there's still a chance that TNT, if the timer runs out, that TNT is still going to go off. It's part of the reset process. Clears the room. So, yeah, basically that's how it's going to work. So once that TNT does fall, it takes a while. But yeah, once that TNT falls, explodes, this will open up and let the lava flow through again. Come on, anytime now. So you do have plenty of time to do certain things. You could be smelting something to make something, as long as it's a stackable item. This system will not work for non-stackables, so you can't do armors, you can't do oh, there's the TNT that's opened up. So boom, here's the lava. Okay, so and then the system resets itself to a random item. So you have the item that you want them to craft, and then down on that second chest is the item or the shulker full of whatever stuff. So if it's that shulker and it's this item, that's basically how it works. In order to you need your items in here. So you need one item in the hopper because it's locked, and then the rest of your items up here. So you have your item in the hopper, and down here you just have to put the shulkers in the second chest. The reason is because of redstone. Yeah, that's basically it. So inside this, so when this gets triggered to turn off, it allows one item to go through. Okay, so this one item will come out of the chest into here, and it will lock it. Whereas this one gives it just enough time to drop to here and then into the rest of the system to carry it the rest of the way out. So that's the only drawback. You need to remember to put stuff in this, just one item in this last or in this second hopper, and don't put it over here, because when the item comes out of the chest, it's going to go there and it won't drop this item. So it needs to be in the first spot. So whatever up here replaces this item then goes through and into the system. And while it's doing that, it's going to come over. It's going to then tell this memory cell that, hey, something went through. And it's going to take that item from there, move it to here, which turns this on and has a partial win. So this basically is saying, hey, if you match this item that we've shipped out, if you match this item, then you will win. And how do you match that item? Well, you create it and you stick it in, and then it's going to come through and it will go through our little sorting system. So it'll go to there, and then it will come down the line. It will come over to this one. So, okay, we're making gray wool. So we toss in a gray wool. Let's just grab some gray wool there, and we're going to come along and we're going to say, hey, we've made gray wool. It then goes through into there, and it says, oh, hey, somebody won, because we've matched it. So what came out of there, the item we were supposed to craft, came in here, and now we've won, and it opens up that lava door. And then when the clock resets, so let's say, you know, this has been triggered, so you get a new shulker over there to tell you, you know, which random thing it goes to. And then this gets reset, which then resets the wind detection. It resets all the memory cells, and you're ready to go again. So all you need to do is drop down and start the system up. So the timer will start. The system's reset, ready to go, just waiting for the timer to then run out, which will reset the system again. And it's just an endless loop. And then, of course, upon the reset, anything that was in here gets dropped down into this chest and into here. So that's pretty much how that works. Yeah. So the system was devised by Tango Tech and Impulse, and you know, they had fun with it, and they boggled the imaginations of children everywhere, which is great, and some adults. So that's great, and they put the idea out there, and you know, my friend Dimitri picked it up and asked me to help, and this is what I came up with. So you have your sorter system over here, which is basically linked to the wind detection system, with a memory cell saying, hey, we've gotten the item, we haven't gotten the item. And then over here, we've set up the, oh, hey, on the reset, we need to send these items out. And those items are chosen by a random, you know, so each shulker has a different amount of items. And we come up here, and of course, when we open that, we see we have that many. So yeah, each shulker has a different amount of items, which then runs through this system here and basically says this one, it's this one, it's this one, you know, whichever shulker it happens to be. You can go up to 15 because of signal strengths. And that's basically what it's based on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then you could go 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So you could have that many. So I think so. Hang on, what's this strength at? This says it's, you know, power 1, yeah. Back here. 8. So 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. So yeah, that's how that works. But yeah, that's the system. We're going to replace, because I tried to build a system that worked, and it does work. It works about maybe 75% of the time. but it also, I want something that basically locks out the entire system. So that whole system will lock out. So if somebody comes in and somebody's down here trying to solve this puzzle, it won't disperse anything to the player until that other player is done. So once the other player has either died or made it through, then the system will reset, and then it will allow the other guy to come down or to be able to push the button to possibly get a treat. Um, yeah. So that's this is basically what we will be replacing the system we have now. It's going to take a little bit of finagling, I think. It's much bigger. I will say it is much bigger than the old system. The old system probably took up maybe this much room for the whole thing. And yeah. And now we're going out this much further. So it is a little bit, this room is a little smaller, but still, yeah. We're going to be expanding that room by probably 20 or so blocks. Because if I remember right, it's like 34 by 34 or something like that. But yeah, this is basically how it works. You can pause it at any moment if you want to copy it, or I would say send me a note, and maybe I could put this in a download, but I tend not to read anything off of my YouTube. I just post the video and then people see it, and yeah. So, yeah, you could pause it, but yeah. For the most part, this is just for Dimitri to look at and go, "Oh, yep. You can start installing that at any time." Or just to give him a heads up and be like, "Hey, this is what I'm changing the system to, because it works 100% of the time, and I don't have to worry about certain gates flipping and not flipping and all that." In fact, like, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's gonna, because right now when you come down, there is music that plays from, it's Halloween. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway, so yeah, I'll have to put in something that plays some music, which shouldn't be too hard. I should be able to just run off of this and do a little redstone trickery, probably build up. Yeah, no, I think it would be better on this side. So I'd send a signal out from there, and if I did a piston thing, I could just drop it down, and I could put all the music or note blocks down here, because I think you should still be able to hear it, even though it's a chunk away. Yeah, you should still be able to hear it. Or I could set it up right underneath the platform, because it's not that big of a thing. So yeah, I could just run it over to here, have a piston with stickies or slime blocks on it, and have that activate the music when the person falls out. So I might do that. But otherwise, yeah, that's the system I've created, popped in my head. Yeah. There will be some modifications that'll get moved down. So the sea pickles will be here. So everything will get moved in. a bit. That'll get closer to this too, so it will make it a little bit shorter, but still, again, we're gonna have to dig out some spots. Yeah, and that's pretty much the system. Pretty much the system. All right.